Chit Chat Kit Kats. Well, what arrived was the Thelema deck. Now, I got a used deck, but I got it for the same price it would have cost me for that cheap knockoff Chinese deck that they wanted to sell me. And I got the deck, and I opened it up, and what did I see staring at me? These. Now, these are not Thelema. Okay, so I opened it up and I'm freaking out going, yeah, no, those do not belong in this deck. How do I know? Because I have this deck as well. So the minute I opened it up and I saw these images, I was like, oh no, don't tell me. So I had to go through the whole deck, and it is a full deck, thank God. So I don't know how they managed to get these in there as well, but it is a full Thelema deck. I had to go through all of them to make sure they were here. And they are. And so it's nice. Here's my mini deck I've been using, and then here's the regular size. So it's nice to have the bigger option here, because I really do like the imagery on the Thelema deck. So that came today. And I see that my books are finally here today, the hardcover and the soft cover of the Age of Aquarius book. And so these are going to go in my purse so I can take them with me, the mini deck. So that's going to go in my thing. And these are just going to get thrown away because they're just, don't need the extras of these. So those are going away. And I'm working on the new book, the Aquarius 2, second volume. And like I said, it's going to contain the ones that you get on here every day. And then I've got extra ones that I'm doing that are not in here. The one that came through this morning was really good. And so, yeah, I'm collecting those as well. So looking forward to putting out the second volume, which I'm going to just keep working on judiciously, if you will. Now, when some of them are coming through and I go back and I have to translate it, I have to put it into book form and stuff that's coming through. I go back and read it, and I have to look at a few words and say, well, how does this work in there? And I look up the definitions of them, and I go, yeah, that goes in there. So, sometimes it uses words that I don't usually use and things, and so then I have to look it up and see how it fits in there. Like one of the words that came through today was, working in a symbiotic way and a conflagration. A conflagration? Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I had to look up what is conflagration, because it's not a word I've ever used, a conflagration. I looked it up, and it's like the big burning down of this whole thing. And it was coming out to the sentence about burning down the reality as it stands, what people think is reality. Oh, okay. What do I know? So yeah, they're working with us in a symbiotic way, and the conflagration of the reality, this, of the shadow substance of it, all of that stuff is going out. So anyway, that was part of the one of the new ones in the book that I'm not putting on this channel, but it was a really interesting one because it was talking about the things that we wanted to bring in the 60s, the age of Aquarius and all of that, okay? And planting the seeds at that time, and all of that stuff was in this particular one that will be in the second volume book, okay? But yeah, some of those ones that are coming in the secondary ones, I'm not pulling cards on, they're just coming through, okay? The ones I'm putting on the site here, I'm starting with the cards, which starts the process going, but the extra ones that are coming in are just coming through, okay? So those will be in there, and they're quite, I think they've been quite interesting, the ones that have come through so far. So again, I want to just try to work on this as often as I can so I can get the second volume out, because these are things that can help people moving forward, in their own walk, and to move this stuff more quickly into manifestation. The more of us that are on board with this, the quicker it will move into manifestation, and the old will be ushered out, which we see taking place, and we see them scrambling, to try to micromanage this, but it's not working for them, okay? They're trying to find a way to skew the elections, and then he can say it's stolen, and the whole rhetoric he's going to do. He still won't accept the 2020. He's trying to convince people that he's the most fabulous and they stole it from him, yada yada, which is not true at all. So, yeah, crazy. So today I'm wearing my Age of Aquarius shirt. Now I like this so much I did go out and buy them in a couple more colors because I do like that Age of Aquarius. Because we are moving into the Age of Aquarius, so it's a good one to have. Anyway, yeah, I'm liking these t-shirts. Got the Age of Aquarius, and then I've got some of the Arcturian shirts and Ascension shirts. So ones that are going on with this stuff now, they're just kind of fun. I'm liking these, so I've bought, I keep looking for more because these are just fun to have. Anyway, so that's what's going on here. These two already went out and got their goodie this morning. You did. You already went out. You had your bone. You had it already this morning. Don't act like you didn't. You know you did. So yeah, today we went out and we rode in the big Mickey car. Cosmic Gypsy is the Mickey car, and the little IQ is the Lily car, because it's the tiny one. She says, yes, I have a little Lily car, and Mickey's got a big Mickey car. Sometimes we ride in the Lily car, and sometimes we ride in the Mickey car. Today we took the Mickey car. Yeah. No, we're not going again. No, don't even start. No, you already had it. No, you already had your bone. Don't even start with me. Today's Tuesday. Oh, well, I may have to go out anyway because it's Taco Tuesday. So I'm going to have to go down and get the tacos. So I'll take a couple of bones with me. When I go through the drive-thru, I'll give it to them. So I think when you go through a drive-thru, they should get a bone. So that's what I'll do. I'll sneak a couple of bones out and give it to them when we go through the drive-thru. But yeah, it's Taco Tuesday. So then, and we do have the one place here that makes the little street tacos like you actually get in Mexico. Yeah, the real street tacos. Yeah, with carne asada and with the onions and the little cilantro and all of that. So, just give me the side eye. Were you giving me the side eye, Miss Lily? She said I was. I do. I give you the side eye and everything. I do. So, yeah, we're going to take off in a few minutes, and maybe I'll do the other reading, the other connection before we go out today. But yeah, I'm happy to actually see the books in print. The Age of Aquarius books, Volume 1. So, yeah, I'll show them to you as soon as they get here, which will be later in the afternoon. Now, I don't know why, they just started this. A lot of the Amazon stuff now is they load up the trucks and they come up from El Paso. So they don't get delivered here until afternoon, like 3, 4 in the afternoon. So, yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. But I'm looking forward to actually seeing it in print. You know, it's one thing putting it together and seeing it online, and it's another whole thing when you actually get the copy in hand and get to see it. So, looking forward to that today. Oh, my goodness. So anyway, on that note, I'm going to close this out so that I can pull cards, and we'll see what the jumping off point is today and then what comes through. Like I said, I never know what's going to come through, like the one that I just did today that had, you know, I had to look, well, how does this work? You know, because it's a word I've never used. So I had to look it up and see, well, you know, you look up the definition, you go, well, how does that, and then you look some more and you see, oh, okay, I get it now, you know, that it's a, yeah, but it does work in there, so. That's the way it works. I mean, when you're channeling and it's coming from the other dimensions and other life things happening at the same time, it's going to come through many times in a way that you don't usually structure your sentences, or, you know, words that you don't usually use. That comes through. I'm just glad now, though, when I'm doing the channeling, I don't look like a bad kung fu movie like it was when I first started. You can go back and look at those. And, you know, I think it's good that it happened, because it does show that there is something that happens in the channeling, that there is another connection, and in that connection, things were not lining up easily at that beginning time, because you go in, you see the beginning, I'm talking like this, it's normal, I start channeling, and it's like, and then we go into, it wasn't syncing up, the voice and the movements were not syncing up, and the minute the channeling stopped, it went back to normal. Okay, so that's in that same video. You see the beginning, it was fine. In the channeling, it was not linking up with the energy, you know, with the computer and stuff. And the minute the channeling stopped, it went back to normal. So, yeah, people that want to question whether the channeling is authentic or something, if you're making up stuff, it's not going to have that, you know, unsyncing of time and stuff. So But I don't have that problem anymore. Now I'm able to link up and it just comes through without a problem. But you can look back at the beginning videos and see where that was not linking up. Which is kind of funny, you know, when you look like a bad kung fu movie. Anyway, on that note, I'll leave that here. I think I'm going to pull the cards and we'll look and see what comes through. And then I'm going to head out and get my Taco Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you online.